Hello everyone, it's Kelsey here. Welcome back to my channel, Budget Better Life, where I budget, cash stuff, and save for a less stressful, more enjoyable life. If that sounds great and you can relate, then keep watching. Alrighty guys, so today is going to be, and I know I say this all the time, but a very fun video, at least for me and hopefully for you guys to watch, because on the table here I have $1,000. Yes, that is quite a lot of money, but I am going to cash stuff all of this money into my piggy bank today. So let's just look at it for a second because it's so beautiful. I went with all 50s because I decided that maybe it would fill a little bit more space and also it would look a little bit more full than just 10 $100 bills. But let's close it up. It's so cool. Okay. And then let's give it a count. So we should have $1,000. So 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 50, 1,000. 1,000 is correct. All right, so I am wanting to stuff this piggy bank. If you guys have been with me since the beginning of my journey, you might remember this black piggy bank, and I was using this Easy Mini Cash Budget $1,000 or Less Savings Challenge Planner. This is from Beautifully Me and You, and it is linked in my description below. And I was working through this book and stuffing my rollover change into this. And then I decided that I really wanted to tackle this with higher bills, so like 50s and 100s. And it was taking a while for me to like complete some of the smaller challenges with just rollover. So I saved my savings money for this month in order to just put a whole bunch of it into this piggy bank because ideally, I would like to get it completed sooner rather than later, and I will tell you why. So this is the page that I'm hoping to complete today with the $1,000. I've got a $500 savings challenge here and a $500 savings challenge here. So we will color these in, and as I'm coloring them in, I will explain basically why I decided to, to stuff $1,000 into this piggy bank. So since the beginning of my journey, my wife and I have been trying to focus really hard on paying down debt as well as save money towards a house. We previously had a home that was just a mobile home, but it was, our first home and we were happy with it. It was small, and so we weren't necessarily going to live in it forever, and it always was a stepping stone for us. And so we had a lot of debt. We had accumulated a lot of debt. I talked about this in one of my previous videos. And in order to kind of get somewhere and get this debt paid down, we did decide to sell our home. And so when we did that, we took, wow, this is not a pretty color. We took the proceeds from selling our home to go towards paying down debt. And we did, pay down a huge amount of debt and got us closer to being able to get a mortgage, like a real nice house that would, have enough bedrooms for me, my wife, my son. We got a dog. We've got a cat. We'd like to have, her family over from Canada and, friends to visit and just have enough space for, all the things in life. So that is the goal. And we've been doing really good with paying down debt and also at the same time trying to save. And so we spoke with a mortgage lender, the person who had helped my mom with her home sale, my mom's realtor and her mortgage lender. And we spoke with them and kind of told them, listen, this is where we're at. We are trying to save as much as possible, but we are also looking to, buy a house in hopefully 2024. Like next year is ideally when we want to purchase a home. And so his recommendation was that obviously we get the debt paid off first thing, get the credit, healed, and make sure that we're good to go on that front. And we are, like I said, we have one more credit card and then we will be credit card debt free. We will be completely debt free except for our car loan. So I feel like that is good, and I would consider us, okay to go forward in that sense. Dave Ramsey might not consider us okay to move forward in purchasing a house with a car loan, but that's a whole nother story. I like Dave Ramsey. I love his method. I think he is a great influence on this community and just people in general. But there are some things that I just can't do. Like, I can only do so much, Dave. I can't pay off my $30,000 car loan before I, get a house for us. We deserve a space that's all our own, and we're in a space that's really small right now. So anyways, aside from what Dave would think, yes, our goal is to buy a house in 2024, and hopefully that can happen for us. So in speaking with the mortgage lender, I told him that I have some cash at the house, and this is what he said to me. He said, get it in the bank. It's so funny, right? But he did. He said, I understand people like to keep cash at the house. I do not think you should have more than $1,000 in your house as far as cash goes, and you should get it into the bank. I think you should have a high yield savings account, and you should use that for your savings for your emergency fund, your down payment, all the things that you will need, closing costs, all of that. And so his advice to me was really to just get the cash into the bank, into the high yield savings account. But in order to do that, guys, I will have to smash this piggy bank. Like, there's no way that I'm just gonna, I don't know. It's hard because I love cash stuffing. It brings me so much joy. But at the same time, like, the logical mind of mine says your money should be in a bank. But, and I think it can be. And doing things like prop swapping is a great way in order to make that happen. And so I will definitely be doing a prop swap as well. But the sooner I can get this piggy bank completely stuffed, and the sooner that I can crack into it, the better, because once I can crack into it, all of that money can go to the bank. So we did go ahead and follow his instructions and open up a high yield savings account. And I'm really excited about having that high yield savings account. And so the money that's in my long-term binder, which includes our emergency fund, is sitting in that high yield savings. And so I'm just really excited to be able to get more money into that new interest-bearing account, which is another reason why I want to get this piggy bank stuffed and cracked as soon as possible, so all this money can then go into that high yield savings account. So there's something else that he said to me, which was pretty important. And he said that the bank does not want to see, the bank meaning a mortgage lender, like someone who would give you a loan for a mortgage. They don't want to see big deposits of cash very close to you purchasing a home. They don't want to see, like, okay, within 30 days of you buying a home, you deposited $30,000 or something like that. They want to see what they call seasoned money, which means money that has been in the account for, I don't know, I think he said like 6 months or something like that. But basically, like, money that's already been in the account that has been just, gradually added to that type of money he referred to as seasoned money. And he doesn't think, people do it all the time. They just deposit big lumps of cash before they get a house. But it makes the process a little bit more complicated. And so he said he wants to see seasoned money. So that is another thing that I'm thinking about. And that's why he recommended to get all the cash that we have in the bank sooner rather than later, and definitely at least 90 days prior to starting the process of buying a house. And so that's kind of in the forefront of my mind now, is that the sooner this can go to the bank, the better. So that is pretty much why I've decided to hit this a little bit harder Also, when I first started my journey, doing this piggy bank was the first thing that I wanted to do, because the piggy bank was a way for me to save money but not like access it. I mean, if it's in my account, I technically could go to the bank and take the money out and spend it if I wanted to. But I've been on this journey for a while now, and I do feel like I have a lot more self-control, and I've established like some really good habits as far as spending and not spending goes. And so I feel like I'm more excited about saving than I ever have been, which is why if this money was to go into the high yield savings account, I definitely feel confident that I wouldn't touch that money. I would allow that money to sit for the purpose that it's intended, which would be, you know, emergency fund and then down payment on a house. Circling back to Dave Ramsey, I do know that he does recommend a emergency fund of 3 to 6 months prior to a down payment. And so I will absolutely be trying to bulk up that emergency fund as much as possible and really have that, because I don't think it would be smart for us to purchase a house if we only had $1,000 of an emergency fund. I think, you know, life is life, right? And things happen all the time. And so if something was to happen with a house, things can be a little bit more expensive. And so yes, the goal for the rest of this year, which is the rest of 2023, is going to be saving as much as possible, making sure the debt is 100% cleared, up to the car, as I said before, and, you know, bulking up that emergency fund and saving for a good down payment. So that's the plan. That's the goal. I think we can get there. It just is going to take, you know, some no spend months and just some laser focus. But I'm pretty excited about putting this $1,000 into this piggy bank today. And I was really hoping that it was going to get it like, I don't know, like full. But I have been stuffing $100 each like day into a short video. And so I had put 400 into it. And when I was putting those hundreds in, it still felt like there was a pretty good amount of space left in the piggy bank. So I'm not quite sure if this 1,000 will fill it or if I will need to just continue putting in as much money as possible until it's full. But I definitely want it to be like really full before I crack it, because I do want it to really be worth it when we finally like crack into it. So definitely want to make sure that it's full and I'm not just cracking it before I need to. But again, I just want to hit this a little bit harder, because when I first started, the piggy bank was the first thing I started with. Again, kind of as a means to make sure that I wasn't touching or spending the money at all. But now I've got so many other challenges and things. And if I was to focus on some other challenges and I could then prop swap that money out to get it right into the high yield savings account. See, the thing with this is I can't prop swap it. It's just cash sitting in a piggy bank in my house. And so I want to utilize that high yield savings account. I want to, you know, have seasoned money, as the mortgage lender said. And so, just having it sitting in a piggy bank doesn't really help me in the sense of, you know, it getting to the bank and earning interest. So that's the idea. Look how beautiful this came out. I talked your ear off, didn't I? All right, so let me put all these markers back. On this page, I tried to use like a bunch of different colors. I think it came out really pretty. I love it. So that's 500 filled in, 500 filled in for $1,000. Now let's grab this piggy bank. I know you guys can see it, but should I move it closer just a little bit? All right, so we'll count it one more time and then we will start stuffing this thing. So we have 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 51,000. It's $1,000 in 50s. All right, so I think I'm gonna do 2 at a time and just drop them right in. So there's the first set, first 100, and there is 200, And there is 300. 2 more. And 400. I'll get 2 more. And I want to make sure they're nice and flat. 500. There's 500 in. See, it feels like, I don't know if I made some space in this recently, but it doesn't feel like it's bursting out at me yet. So 600, 2 more 50s, makes 700. Oops, stay in. 2 more 50s, makes 800. There it goes. 2 more 50s, and that is 900. 2 more 50s, and $1,000 into the piggy bank. Wow. I'm gonna give it a shake just to feel. Yeah, I mean, I can kind of look in and I see that the money is like about here, and that's just filling it, not necessarily packing it full. So as much as I wanted to get this done as quick as possible, this might stick around through the end of the year, which is okay. But again, I really want to put my focus on trying to get this full as fast as we can so that this money can get over to the high yield savings account. Guys, let me know your thoughts on my plan. You guys always have such great comments, great ideas, and you always help me out with, you know, just what to do. You always have a different perspective than I do, which is nice to hear. So definitely comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because when I do finally crack into this, it's going to be epic. So thank you guys so much for watching my video today, and that is going to be it for this one. So other than that, I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.